Virginia, you've heard of the New Deal. You've heard of the square deal, the fair deal. Mitt Romney's trying to give you a sketchy deal. A sketchy deal. And it's really just a one-point plan, not a five-point plan. 1 point. Folks at the very top play by a different set of rules than all of you. Listen, don't boo, vote. If he offered you that deal when he was in corporate finance, you wouldn't give him a dime. So why would you give him his vote? This same philosophy that's been squeezing the middle-class family for more than a decade, the same philosophy that got us into this mess, we can't go back to that. I've met too many good Americans who work so hard, show so much resilience, so much resolve. We have been fighting our way back from some of the same policies he's advocating. We have been there. We have tried it. We can't go back. We are moving forward. And that's why I'm running for a second term as President of the United States. Now, I believe that the biggest issue in this election is how do we rebuild a strong middle class and provide ladders for opportunity to all those who want to get into the middle class, who are willing to work hard, willing to take responsibility? Are we going to make sure that we're a country where everybody gets a fair shot and everybody's doing their fair share and everybody is playing by the same rules? So the economy is the dominant issue. But I want everybody to understand that that's not the only place where Governor Romney is offering you a sketchy deal. It's bad enough that my opponent wants to take us back to the failed economic policies of the past. But when it comes to issues critical to women, the right to make your own decision about your health, the right to be treated fairly and equally in the workplace.
That was President Obama speaking in Fairfax, Virginia, making his case to the ladies. It is Friday, October 19th, and this is Now.
He'd have supported an extreme measure in Massachusetts that could have outlawed some forms of contraception when he joined the far right of his party to support a bill that would have allowed any employer to deny contraceptive care to their employees. Don't boo. Well, what he didn't get is that making sure your insurance policy covers contraceptive care is an economic issue also. I don't think your boss should decide what's best for your health and safety. I don't think your insurance company gets to decide what care you should get. And I sure don't think any politician should decide. The only person who should decide about your health care is you. And by the way, that's why we fought so hard to pass health care reform, a.k.a. Obamacare. That's why we pushed for it. This law has secured new access to preventive care like mammograms and other cancer screenings for more than 20 million women with no copay, no deductible, no out-of-pocket costs, because I do not believe a working mother should have to put off a mammogram just because money's tight. This law means that most health plans are now beginning to cover the cost of contraceptive care, because I don't think a college student in Charlottesville or Blacksburg or Fairfax should have to choose between textbooks or the preventive care that she needs. And by the way, for all the young people out here, Obamacare's already allowed nearly 7 million young adults under the age of 26 to sign up to stay on their parents' plans.
No question about the target audience is the president, speaking to that midday crowd there on the George Mason University campus, standing in front of a crowd of placard-waving young women. The president stressed the women's-oriented issues of equal pay for equal work, federal funding of screening tests for cancer and the like, and also federal funding of birth control under Obamacare. So clearly, the president on the campus of George.
Taking the stage, both candidates know that this is crunch time. With just days left in the race for the White House, President Barack Obama is back in the Commonwealth, a crucial state for the campaign.
I'm just show my support.
With their candidate choice displayed on their hats and shirts, hundreds lined up early this morning to get in for the president's second rally at George Mason University in less than 2 weeks. Many voters here know, like 4 years ago, Virginia is again a state to watch.
Oh, this is going to be very close, and I think Virginia, every vote probably is very crucial. In fact, my wife is traveling to India and she's doing the absentee ballot.
For him, Virginia is the key. I'm not even worried about Ohio and all that stuff. Right. Virginia is the key.
Meanwhile, Mitt Romney is in Florida today, another must-win state. According to the latest National Gallup poll, Romney leads by 7 points. But polls in other states show different numbers. Numbers from the new NBC Wall Street Journal Marist poll show President Obama leads in Iowa, 51 to 43%. Mr. Obama is also up in Wisconsin, 51 to 45%. Last night, the two men took a break from the campaign trail to share some comedy at the annual Al Smith fundraiser in New York.
As some of you may have noticed, I had a lot more energy in our second debate. I felt really well rested after the nice long nap I had in the first debate.
President Obama and I are each very lucky to have one person who's always in our corner, someone who we can lean on. I have my beautiful wife, Ann. He has Bill Clinton.
Now you heard the president there talk about the debate, speaking of which both candidates will be preparing for the final debate again this weekend. We understand that Mitt Romney will do that in Florida. Meanwhile, the president will head to Camp David. That final debate is scheduled for Monday. The topic, foreign policy. Live in Fairfax, Breanne Carter, ABC 7 News.
Vice President Biden, meantime, appealing to Florida voters. Here's a live look right now at a rally that's just about to begin in Sun City. That's the first of two events.